My name's Russell Trafford-Jones. I'm the chair of the Media Technical Network at the Institution of Engineering Technology, also known as the IET. Well, definitely a big one is the move to software. I think we used to say it's the move to cloud, but I think as that's matured, we've realized that we want software everywhere and definitely in the cloud, but also down below. So how that works is difficult, making that work on a technological basis, but also vendors need to work out how they're going to differentiate in the new world. It used to be the fact that if you knew how to make a certain type of electrical board, then you could do something that other people couldn't do. And now with software, it's a little bit easier to migrate your capabilities between one type of feature and another. So we're all kind of coalescing, I think. And so broadcasters need to work out their path, and vendors need to work out their path, which is not going to be the same. And whilst we're doing all of that, then we are also taking really, for the first time, very serious look at sustainability and trying to measure that and starting to act. And so all of that needs to be brought in, and it genuinely is, but it's a very slow process. And on top of that, sustainability is driving the people to look at, well, why are we spending so much time putting energy into transmitters and people aren't using them as much anymore? So we've got this switch over, not only in habits to listen over the internet or to watch over the internet, but also it's actually a good idea not to be having lots and lots of transmitters when we don't have to. So that real conundrum is still playing out. Well, it's to look at that last question really. How are we doing, shall we say? Because it's happening. Habits are changing, and people are taking their media from all sorts of places. And just because there are big new platforms like TikTok, YouTube, okay, YouTube's not new, but it is relatively for the media industry. It doesn't mean that mass entertainment isn't still valued, but we need to work out how we can deliver that in a new way. And there's all sorts of things that we need to look at. Can we deal with it from a network perspective? Can the internet deal with it? And when we say internet, what do we mean? Well, we're talking about the people who actually connect to your houses, which is not quite the same as the big CDNs and cloud providers. So there's quite a few layers to work out how practical it is. And then there's some more innovation to be done to work out how we deal with that last 20, 10, or even just 5% of people who really aren't capable of using the new technology in the way that we've currently deployed it. Well, I have to admit that I think that I'd like to talk to somebody who can think beyond just today and has the ability to have a longer term vision. There are plenty of people like that, but without people who can have that vision, which probably leapfrogs a bit of what we're thinking about today, we're not really anywhere. So I'm going to have to go with my personal favorite, Steve Jobs. And I do feel that whether or not you use Apple products, you've got to recognize that there's a vision and intent and a way of getting things done, which is worth learning from. So we spend all of our year basically really busy. Everybody's really busy, and it's just the way it should be. And we've got our jobs, and we get on with them, and we enjoy them. But coming to IBC is our chance to poke our head above the parapet and see the rest of the industry, understand how it all fits together. Where there's new technology which you can actually touch for a change, then you get to see that up close. And for me, I do genuinely value that ability to remember that from my perspective, much of what I do isn't in a studio. And so getting back and remembering that there are cameras involved and people standing in studios is really helpful. And I hope that vice versa. And then in terms of what we're doing as the IT at IBC, we specifically have talks which are about audio, video, and business. So we remind ourselves that this is a great culmination of lots of different teams and workflows that come together. Finally, we can watch some good media and entertainment.